Germs are everywhere. Even on surfaces that look clean, the amount of contamination from viruses and bacteria would shock you if you could see it. Of course, germs are invisible to the naked eye, but they are there, and they can make you sick. H1N1, staph, influenza A, salmonella, MRSA, norovirus, HIV type 1, E. coli, and others. A way to measure germs on surfaces is by using a device called a luminometer. Germs contain an energy molecule called adenosine triphosphate, or ATP for short. When ATP is exposed to a special liquid, it emits light based on how much ATP is present. The higher the reading, the more contaminated the surface is. By testing the amount of contamination on a surface using a luminometer before treating the surface with IV-7 Ultimate Germ Defense, and then testing the same surface after we've used IV-7, we can actually see proof of how effectively this remarkable germ-killing weapon works. So, let's put IV-7 Ultimate Germ Defense to the test. First, we'll swab this counter to read the level of germ contamination. Keep in mind that this is pretty typical of everything you touch during a typical day. Can you imagine what the readings would be for something like a public doorknob, or a restaurant table, or a desk in a busy office, or a school classroom? Here's the contamination reading. 4,878 relative light units, or RLUs. Remember, the higher the number, the more contamination there is. Now we'll treat the same surface with IV-7 Ultimate Germ Defense. We'll get it completely wet so the liquid beads up. You can't tell by looking at this video, but IV-7 has absolutely no smell or fumes of any kind. Now we'll use the luminometer to swab and test the same surface a second time to see what effect spraying it with IV-7 had on the germ count. Here's the second contamination reading, 25 RLUs. Remember the reading before we treated it with IV-7? It was 4,878. From 4,878 RLUs down to 25. That's what IV-7 Ultimate Germ Defense did to this surface. And there's something else really important. This surface now has 24-hour residual protection. The IV-7 will continue killing germs on this surface for another 24 hours, even without treating it again. Ultimate Germ Defense. It's the perfect way to describe IV-7.